Hey kids, how's everybody out there in YouTube land today? Oh, sorry I'm a little late, but I've been fighting technology. What else is new, huh? Really? No, get down. Get down. I did not call you over. I did not. No, I did not. I did not invite you over here. So go away. No. I did not. You're supposed to be quiet. There we go. Hey, Steve Given, how you doing? Good to see you, man. All right. Sorry, I had to get my pooter set up so I could see the chat and all that. And I'm just finishing up doing that right now. Good. Okay. There we go. We're all set up now. Yeah, I'm getting messages coming in. I am well, Steve. I hope you're well also. I hope you are also doing very well for yourself. Yeah, been a good week. Frustrating week, but you know they all are. But good to be alive. Beautiful day today. You'll see the picture on the thumbnail today. Oh man, I have been wanting to have ribs for dinner for a long time. Very long time. And I finally made myself some ribs for dinner, and man, were they good. Low and slow on the grill. Hey, Mark Hind, how you doing? So I did a whole rack of ribs. It was about that. It was about that long, you know, and the length of a rack of ribs, whatever it is. And I cooked and ate the whole thing myself. But that is all I had. That's all I had was ribs. I had no vegetable, nothing else with it. So that's all I had. But I am going to have a beer while we chat. Hey, talking about that. You guys ever try this? Yuengling Golden Pilsner? Thought I'd try something new this week. Very good. A little bitter, a little hoppy, but very good. I heard the news about the deal falling through. Very unfortunate, but it'll get better. Yeah, that really kind of bummed me out. It bummed me out sufficiently that I'm really angry with my clients that I was representing. It was wasn't right. Wasn't right. What they did wasn't right. And that's the second thing in regards to this that they've had me do that just wasn't right. I'm a firm believer that when you agree to do something, you do it. Or you better have a damn good reason why you couldn't. And they didn't have a very good reason why they couldn't. They just up and changed their mind. And I don't know. Hey, Don, how you doing, brother? Good to see you there. Hey, tough guy. Yeah, ribs were nice. Man, they were good. Put a little Sweet Baby Ray's on them. They were really delicious. You're only as good as your word, they say. That's exactly right. You're only as good as your word. And I keep mine. I keep mine. You know, and I'm not going to get into this whole debate. I know there's trolls out there saying, "Oh no, you don't." Yeah, I do. If you knew anything but your butt against the wall, if you knew me, if you really knew me, you know that I don't leave people holding. In fact, historically, I've gone way out of my way to make sure that people got their accounts caught up. And I don't care who you are, everybody out there's got some thing out there. Somebody's going to make some kind of claim about whatever. Bullshit. Anybody had a legitimate claim, they got paid. I always pay everybody. In fact, my credit's getting pretty good right now. Yeah, finally getting my credit up to acceptable numbers and acceptable where it's now going to stay there. So I'm having some success on that front. Having some success on the weight loss. You know, I got down to 500, then I bounced back up to 505, 506, 507, and I was kind of hovering in there. I've been hovering in there now for about a month. Well, I finally down into right at the 500 mark again. And I'm hovering at that line. So I'm hoping I can I'm hoping I can finally break through that window, that ceiling there, and get through that, and then I should be good. I should be good to go. And what's funny is here I am losing weight while doing all of these, fast food videos. But the thing of it is, it's okay to go out and have a 1,200 calorie lunch as long as that's your meal for the day. That's all. You just got to give up other places. So thank you, tough guy. The 500 mark would be a great accomplishment. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it this week. I'm pretty confident I'll be through it this week. I've been maintaining in that 502, 503, 501, 502, 503, bouncing back and forth. I'm hoping I can finally break through that this week and get down into the 4-somethings. And who knows, maybe that'll help motivate me to continue on. Plus, the weather's getting nicer outside, so I'm more apt to get out and do stuff. Like today, I worked outside today in my garden, as it were. My buckets, and I watered everybody and fertilized everybody and put cages up for them to crawl on. I've got snow peas, I've got green beans, I've got regular green peas. I've got cucumber, pickling cukes coming up, a lot of varieties of tomato plants, zucchini, and patty pan squashes. So that's a pretty good little garden mix for just being out in buckets on my patio. I think that's pretty good. I've got some other things I'm going to add to that, but there's a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more I would like to have planted this year. I just don't have the room for it. Next year, that's all. I'm not going to worry too much. I'm not beating myself up over it. Next year. It is what it is. So, do you want to say hello? Is that what you're doing? Come here. Okay. You going to say hello to everybody? Huh? Look over here. Look. Can you say hello to everybody? Well, where'd you go? Where'd you go? What are you doing? You're not doing anything? Oh, she's a good girl. Yeah, she's a good girl. See how messy my shirt is from eating my ribs. Alright, can I go back to my live stream? Can I? Okay, get down. Go lay down. Come on, go lay down. Go relax. Go chillax, dog. Go lay down. I'm gonna whip and beat on you. Yeah, right. So, anyhow, I've been having some fun with that kind of stuff this week. I didn't post a lot of stuff this week, getting a lot of month-end stuff taken care of, and I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, beautiful warm day. Looks like we finally got some of this weather behind us, so I'm thankful for that. I did find it interesting that there is some very valuable gold something or other missing in the Ukraine right now. Interesting that corresponded to the exact same time that Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi, two known criminals as far as I'm concerned, were over there visiting. So I'd be checking their luggage if I was the Ukrainians. Unfortunately, they have diplomatic immunity. I guarantee you them sons of bitches stole it. That's about how much I trust Pelosi and Adam Schiff. But I did want to touch base with you guys today. I want to talk a little bit about food security. Food security. So, do you boil or bake your ribs prior to barbecuing them? I've seen a guy who actually boils the ribs in a bag. Boiling in a bag is called sous vide, and it's to tenderize them. Yeah, you can do that as a general rule. I do not. Hey, Recycled, how you doing? I don't. I just put them. I just put them on the grill. There's even a membrane on the back that you're supposed to pull off. I don't even pull that off. I leave that on there. I like the crunchiness that it brings into the rib. So, but that's just me, and I'm a little weird. And if you expected something other than that, then you're in the wrong place. But anyhow, some of the things I wanted to discuss. Friday, August 9th, 2019, Tyson Foods Inc. in Kansas. The factory there was had a fire, a mysterious fire in it. Tuesday, January 22nd, 2021, the Del Star Meat Plant in Fayetteville, Illinois, had a fire. Sunday, July 25th, 2021, the Kellogg Company in Memphis, Tennessee, had a fire. Tuesday, August 24th, a Patak meat processing facility in Cobb County, Georgia, mysterious fire. Monday, September 11th, JBS USA, Nebraska, mysterious fire. Saturday, November 20th, 2021, Maid-Rite Steel Company, Kansas City, Kansas, mysterious fire. Sunday, December 12th, Westside Food Processing Plant, San Antonio, Texas, had a fire. Saturday, January 1st, Van Dunham Farms in Illinois had a fire. January 14th, Cargill Nutrina Feed Mill in Louisiana had an explosion. It blew up. January 21st, potato plant in Washington caught fire. Somebody made some hot fries there. February 1st, Harper's Market poultry plant in Hamilton Mountain caught fire. February 3rd, 2022, Wisconsin River Meats in Wisconsin caught fire. February 15th, Bonanza Company, El Paso, Texas, caught fire. February 28th, Cheers Foods in Oregon, boiler explosion. March 13th, Hot Pockets plant in Arkansas caught fire. March 16th, Walmart's fulfillment center in Indiana caught fire. It caught fire twice, by the way. That plant caught fire twice in the same day. March 28th, Marcy Via Food Pantry in Arizona caught fire. March 31st, Rio Fresh, Texas, caught fire. April 11th, East Conway Beef and Pork in New Hampshire caught fire. April 11th, Gem State Processing in Idaho had an airplane crash into it. April 13th, same day, Taylor Farms, Salina, California, caught fire. April 18th, Azer Standard headquarters in Oregon caught fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 23 plants critical to our food supply either had mysterious fires, had explosions, or an airplane crashed into them in like a year and a half. Well, 2 years. 2 years. As of August, that'll be 2 years. So a year and 3 quarters. In a year and 3 quarters, that many facilities had fires and or exploded. There's something. I don't believe that was just happenstance. I can't believe that just, to me, that's right along with the fact that Biden got more votes than any Democrat in history after spending the entire electoral process in his basement. It just stinks. It smells bad. It smells bad. What's my source? News. The news. B-Leg, look it up. It's the news. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Research it. Every one of those fires and bombings was listed in the news. And we're talking about the news, so we're already talking about the biased, left-leaning, news. So I'm not a resource for those. Do your homework. Do your homework. Yeah, there's just a suspicion of something going on there. I've just checked the articles. I actually had somebody email me a list of some of those, and I got on and checked it and just verified that what I was reading was the truth. But yeah, it's not like, the national news isn't covering it. This is not like a national story that you're going to find the fake media. CNN, CBS, they're not giving this any time. They're not. But if you do the homework and you look at the local news and they're in these various towns, you'll find these stories reported. And if you want to email me or PM me or give me your email address somehow, I'll be happy to give you the dates and the places where those took place, and you can feel free to research it yourself, or you can just rewind this and I just read them off, so you can do that too. So that's cool. That's cool. We got that out there. So what does that mean? Well, something fishy is going on. And B-Lady, yes, I've researched it, but don't take my word for it. Don't ever take it. Don't take anybody's word for it. I don't care if you're on the panel with Doc, Ed, and Johnny. Don't take anybody's word for it. Do yourself a favor and research your own stuff. That way you know whether it's truthful or not. Azer Standard, great one to start with. Check out the fire at Azer Standard. That'd be a good place to start. Their warehouse in Oregon burnt down. Why? They supply food. So most of these did have what was later on decided as being not a suspicious point of origin. I will say that. But how do you have 25 food processing plants? That's not normal. Okay, I guess that's the best way to think about that. That's not normal. Food processing plants don't normally burst into flames. Food is not very incendiary. A meatpacking plant is a perfect example. I just had ribs. They were delicious, but you know what my ribs didn't do? My ribs didn't, even though they were on the grill with fire underneath of them, they didn't catch fire and burn. As a general rule, food does not catch fire and burn. So, I don't know. I think there is a suggestion of some sort of impropriety going on there, and I think people need to be aware of that. We already know there's going to be some food shortages. Avian flu is certainly affecting a lot of people. Chicken prices, egg prices are going to go through the roof this year. Lots of chickens have been destroyed. If you're a Purdue Farms and you've got a farm with 50,000 chickens and one of those gets sick, only grain silos sometimes. Yeah, grain silos, but a grain silo in a private farm, yes. A grain silo at a commercial factory food facility, no. No, they know exactly what the temperature and humidity is of the grains going into those silos. These people are pros. They're not some farmer who, let a little bit too much moisture get on his wheat before he stuck it in a silo and it started to compost. That's a different situation. Point is, you should do your own homework. There's something fishy going on, and we're going to see some real food supply chain issues happening very quickly. I'm seeing it already in the grocery store. I'm seeing going in the grocery store, and this was like at the beginning of COVID with a lot of empty shelves and stuff. Did your list include the produce packaging place in California supposed to be the main place to package produce in the country? Let me go back and check. There was a produce place in California. Let me see. California, Salinas, Taylor Farms in Salinas. is one. What else was there in California? That's the only one that I see on my list that was in California. So, and that was April 13th. So that was just, a couple 3 weeks ago. Let's see here. Taylor Farm. We'll just do this in live time. How's that? Taylor. Taylor Farms fire. Go to Google and Taylor Farm regroups after fire razes facility. Fire destroyed. Where's the article here? Fire destroyed part of Taylor Farm processing facility in Salinas, California on April 13th, just as the company was transferring production from its desert growing region across Southern California to southwest Arizona. The cause of the fire has not been released. Incident Command Deputy Fire Chief for Salinas Fire Department said fire began just after 7 p.m. They don't say where the fire started. The big concern to firefighters was the 35,000 pounds of anhydrous ammonia on site, but that didn't catch fire. It's very explosive, but that's not what caught fire. So, but they planned to rebuild. They put the fire out. So there you go, Salinas, California. There's the article, and that's just one. I'm sure if I get on here and search some more, I'll find some more articles on it. Let's see. The cost of sunflower oil has almost doubled. Yeah. What were the circumstances of Salinas fire per your research? It wasn't determined. Salinas fire was not determined as to what it was. Now, there were some things there, like I just read. There was some anhydrous ammonia, which is a high nitrogen fertilizer that they use. It's a liquid fertilizer that commercial farmers put out on their fields. They actually drill it into the soil and inject it into the ground and cover it up because it'll evaporate pretty quickly. You'll see farmers going out with these big anhydrous ammonia tanks behind their tractors. Then behind that, there's a device that injects that into the ground. But yeah, so you had a huge explosive chemical there that didn't catch fire, but the plant nonetheless burnt to the ground. So gotta make a story. All right, tough guy, you take care, brother. Be safe. Be safe. That may be the one you heard about. Okay. All right. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that to people's attention that there is some. When I see that many facilities in one industry being hammered, you've got a red flag that you've got to acknowledge. There's something going on. Now, I'm not usually a conspiracy theorist, although I will say most of the conspiracy theories that we've had around the last few years have all come true. Hunter Biden's laptop and Russia bullshit and all that. But in this case, there's a lot of food facilities that have been trashed, burning to the ground. I kind of liken this to, if you remember a couple years ago, there was a bunch of wildfires in California. And it turned out there was some whack job driving along the road in California starting the fires. Let's see, could very well have been Chinese. Hey, Granny Fammy. Hello from Germany. Yeah, could it have been the Chinese? Yeah, could be the Chinese, could be the Russians. We have some enemies out and about right now, so could be any. It could be some left-leaning wacko that's upset about the fact that that their side's kind of losing in a lot of stuff. I don't know. I do hope that they find out. I hope they find out. But until the mainstream media starts reporting on it, there's not going to be much pressure on anybody to find out. So, I don't know. It's frustrating to me. It puts more pressure on me to want to have my own farm where I can raise my own critters. I can tell you that much. Really is putting the pressure on it. This avian flu is affecting all the chicken prices and egg prices. We're already seeing huge increases in the price of chickens and eggs. That's just going to continue going through the roof. So, and fruit prices are up there. I bought groceries today, and I had about a half a cart. I had about a half a shopping cart of stuff. Now, I did have the ribs in there, and I did have a whole chicken in there, and I had a piece of beef chuck in there. Shoulder chuck, not any kind of fancy cuts or anything. And I had some bacon, and I had some sausage. But still, it was $235 for a half a shopping cart full of food. So, and most of the shopping cart was potatoes. I bought 10 pounds of russets and 5 pounds of reds and 5 pounds of Yukon Golds. So, yeah, scary time. I think we're going to have some scary times coming up, kids. I think we're going to have some real scary times. So, just be prepared for that. Same over here. Egg and chicken prices are crazy. We don't have avian flu problems, but then still, yeah. You don't have avian flu problems over there in Germany and in Europe? Huh. I would have thought they would. That's odd that you wouldn't. I mean, they seem to be, it's wild birds that transmit it, so that's very odd. By the way, this Yuengling Golden Lager is very good. It's a little hoppy, but it's very good. I'm enjoying that. So, all right, so what else is new and exciting? Kids, that's about it. There really isn't much in the way of new and exciting. Nothing important here at all. Well, that's interesting, Frammy. Was working on some candles. I've been doing some experimentation and trying different things, different mixes and stuff. Smell on these is awesome, but finally got it to burn fairly cleanly. I'm still not happy with the residue left on the side of the glass. See that? But that's still nowhere near as bad as that. You see my residue on there versus, this is a big commercial company. So little steps. We'll get there. And we'll see how it goes from there. Can you buy the meat from a local farmer? It could be cheaper and probably better quality. Yes, you can. Of course you can. And you should. Frankly, you should. I personally don't have a chest freezer, and nor do I have room for a chest freezer where I would be able to put a beef into buy a beef, even a quarter. I don't even have room for a quarter. So, but burn oil is so high, I can hardly get lard. Yeah, I hear you. And I use goat milk in my soaps, and even the price of goat milk's very expensive right now. So if you can get it. Of course, it's still early in the year. Everybody's just kidding out right now, especially places more southern than here. So again, in about another month or so, as the kids start getting weaned off, then there'll be a lot of soap milk available. Can't afford meat from a farmer; it's too high. Usually you can get a pretty good deal buying direct from the farmer, because he's going to sell it to you at the same price he would get at the auction houses, and then you can go ahead and, if you know what you're doing, and process it yourself. It's the labor cost of going to a local butcher shop and having him, put down the animal and skin it and gut it and cut it up. That's where the expense is at. If you can find a local farmer, you can buy it from him directly. Slaughter if you can. Yeah. I don't know why it didn't. It was trying not to show that post, but I okayed it. So, yeah, exactly. Buy straight from the farmer and slaughter it and cut it up yourself. Most farmers will let you shoot the animal right there in their yard. You can back your trailer up to it and shoot it in the yard. They usually have a tractor available. They can pick it up and set it in your trailer or something. Cover it with a tarp. Take it home and start cutting it apart. It really isn't all that hard. You can break, even without a lift, even without picking it up, you can skin out and what I call butchering in the envelope. You can leave the skin there, start peeling the skin back, and then cut the meat pieces off, literally starting at the belly and working your way toward the back. start breaking down the primals and dealing with that. This time of year here in Ohio, it's not a good idea this time of year because it's kind of warm out. I like to do that kind of work when it's, you know, right above freezing temperatures outside or at freezing temperatures. But so I like to butcher animals in the fall before winter, which is traditional. And there's a reason being. If you've ever cut up a pig, cutting up a pig, and you know it's warm. I mean, pigs are warm-blooded like we are, so they're about the same body temperature as us. So all of the fat and stuff is very viscous on a dead pig. But if you let it hang and it's cold outside, then it'll congeal and get hard, and then that's easier to handle. If you try to butcher a pig on a hot summer day, man, you're gonna have a hot mess. You're really gonna have a hot mess. So I like to do my butchery in the fall, and who knows? Who knows? Maybe if I can get my place yet this summer, maybe I will be doing that this fall. I don't know as of yet. We'll have to see. Okay, one of the ranchers here sells for $4 a pound, not including processing. Who knows how much that would be? Yeah, and see, that's just not right. Beef prices are nowhere near that right now. Hold on, what is beef prices? Beef prices. Yeah, grocery store. No. National Daily Collie, beef sandwich, Des Moines, Iowa. Let's see, quickly. Yeah, well, I may be wrong. Wow. Let's see here. Wholesale pricing on beef. Because see, when you buy the whole beef, you should be paying wholesale prices for it. Okay, choice spread, primals, ungraded ground and trim. This is breaking it all down. Chuck ribs, brisket, ground sirloin. No. I want the hanging weight. I don't want your stupid price list for your beef. Commodity prices. Here we go. Low price U.S. Cents per pound, 85%. U.S. dollar. Yeah, $4.41 a pound is the current market right now. That's hanging weight. So I'm sorry, wait a minute. No, that's in New Zealand. Well, it should be about the same here, though. It should be about the same here. It should not be that much. Average retail food prices, U.S. market. Beef commodity. Beef prices today. Okay, live cattle, $3.13 a pound in the United States. Okay, spot price on live cattle is $3.13. So you figure if you're paying $3.13 for live cattle price, then you've got to figure though. Wait a minute, I may be incorrect. Let me read this over again. $1.42, up 2.9%. Beef futures open $1.30, $1.42. Okay, all right. So hanging weight is $3.13 a pound. Hanging weight. So that's with the head off, with all the the head off, the skin off, and all the guts out of it. The carcass hanging weight is $3.13 a pound. That's the current U.S. beef price. But everything's going up. I mean, everything's crazy right now. What's corn at? Yeah, see, corn's at $8.18. I mean, that's insane. $8.18 a bushel for corn. Corn should be $1.50, $2 a bushel, not $8.18. But Fuel prices are up. Wheat's $400 a bushel. No, I'm sorry, 400 a European ton. Yeah, that couldn't be bushel. Oh, wait a minute. Where's the? Let me go back and read that corn. Corn. Yeah, U.S. bushel price is 8.18. Live cattle $1.42. Live cattle $1.42 a pound. Lean hogs $1.01 a pound. That's on the hoof. That's a live pig. So if you go to your local farmer and he's got cows walking around in his field, he should sell you a cow for $1.42 a pound. That's current market value. And if you buy it at $1.42 a pound, and he, let's say he lets you shoot it there, and he puts it on your trailer or in the back of your pickup for you for say $50 or whatever, then go ahead and do that. And you're still way ahead. You bring that home, you cut it up yourself, and you know what? You're $1.50 a pound on your hamburger meat, and you get all the primal cuts and all the good stuff. So certainly makes sense to do that yourself. Let's see here. What did I miss? Best bet you can buy straight from slaughterhouse if you can. Yes. Okay. One of the ranchers here sells for. Yep. Just did that. Not here sadly. My grandparents used to buy half and hog, make sausage and hams, etc. Fall and winter as well. I can usually get my meat processed at a butcher for $1 a pound. Includes wrapping and freezing. That's actually a pretty good deal. Beef. Pork, you'll find pork will be higher because they have a lot more involved in smoking and that kind of stuff. And that on the 4th floor of an apartment building. Oh yeah, well, I wouldn't want to carry a beef up to 4 floors in an apartment building. We're saying there are no processing facilities in Germany like in the States, just like there's no hunting allowed for the average person. There you go. Coloradans are really proud of their cattle. They might be really proud of your. Recycle is sort of funny you mention that. I used to live in Montana, and in Montana they were also really impressed with their cattle. But one of the guys that was in our fire department, he was the ranch hand on a big cattle spread. He wouldn't eat their own cows. The cows that they raised on their property, he wouldn't eat. He'd go to the grocery store and buy beef at the grocery store instead of raising his own beef on his, grass-fed beef on the farm. So there's just some really weird people out there. I would have been thrilled to have had grass-fed beef off his farm. It would be much better for you, but to each his own, I guess, right? To each his own. So, well. Anyhow, what's anything good going on in the news you guys want to kick around? I don't remember there being any particularly big news stories going on. Let me see. Maybe Elon Musk buying Twitter going through. All the liberals are just absolutely freaking out over it. Yep, these are grass-fed. Yeah, grass-fed should be the least expensive cow you can buy. That means it's just been out on pasture. They haven't been feeding it any grain, so they haven't had the handling, they haven't had the hauling, they haven't had the transport, they haven't had the labor to feed. Grain-fed versus grass-fed, is there much difference? Yes. Grass-fed should be cheaper, but it's become a marketing thing now, and so they try to get more money from it. Hey there, where are those milkshake reviews? Was at the coffee store today, and they were starting to make milkshakes. Yeah, Jimmy, I just haven't gotten to them yet. I will. As a general rule, I don't eat milkshakes while I'm out and about because they're really high in calories. But I'll get to them. I promise you. Just haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, Steve, I much prefer grass-fed beef. I'll use chicken as an example in this. If you buy a chicken and the fat in the chicken is bright yellow, that means the chicken's been eating corn. If you buy a chicken and the fat in the chicken is white, that means they've been feeding that chicken wheat. It actually makes that much of a difference in the color. It also makes that much of a difference in the taste. We are what we eat, and we are what we eat eats. So it does make a difference. Grass-fed is the least expensive way of producing a cow. Because what they do when they grain feed, see, is they go and they round up all the cattle that have been living the first, 16, 15, 14 months of their life. They'll round those up, truck them into a feedlot, okay, which is a very contained, small area. And then when they're in there, they'll pump them full of antibiotics so they don't get sick, being in close proximity to so many other cows. And they'll start pounding them with grain. And they'll fatten them up on grain for the last 2 or 3 months before they haul them to the butcher shop, the processing plant to be processed. And so the cost of rounding them up and transporting them to the feed facility and then keeping them in the feed facility and stuffing them with antibiotics and stuffing them with all the grain, which they have to buy and haul in and transport and handle and feed, and then cleaning up the manures and all that kind of stuff and the slop left over from the cows. All of that costs money to do all that stuff. But they do that because that's just the way the cattle industry's kind of evolved, and they're too stupid to think of anything new to do. Whereas the cows that were just left out on the grass, kind of like buffalo, just leave them out on the grass. They don't have all that grain pushed into them. They don't have all the antibiotics in them. And so they taste a little different. Some people say they taste a bit grassier, maybe. I find grass-fed beef to be better, but what's happened now is that it's gotten to become a thing, see? It's a marketing thing, and so farmers are saving themselves the money of not going through the feedlot process, and charging a premium for their beef because now it's free-range grass-fed. They have this new verbiage that they can throw at the consumer. So they're getting a premium dollar because now all of a sudden it's socially acceptable, and they're saving themselves all the money from not having to do the feed. It's sort of a double win for farmers. And like you just heard, farmers in Colorado are saying that their grass-fed beef is worth $4 a pound, whereas if they had trucked that to a feedlot, if they trucked that to a slaughterhouse, right now they'd be getting what I just said it was, $1.57 for $1.42 for live cattle. They get $1.42 a pound, not $4 a pound. So makes a big difference. She's barking at the neighbors outside talking. I am among a semi-keto now. Okay. I am on a semi-keto. I don't know what that means. Publix fried chicken is awesome. It's actually not half bad. It's just as good as Popeyes or KFC as far as I'm concerned. What I do find interesting, and there's sort of this weird anomaly here. You can go to the grocery store, Kroger's, Publix, if you're a Publix, Kroger's if you're a Kroger, wherever. I'm going to use Kroger's, that's what we have here in Ohio. I can go in Kroger's, I can buy a whole chicken for $5. I'm sorry. I can buy a whole chicken for $8. Or I can buy the 8-piece bucket for $4.99. The only difference between the 8-piece bucket and my whole chicken that I'm buying is my whole chicken, I get the back sections and I get the guts inside, which you don't get, but it's raw, uncooked, frozen, whereas Publix, it's already cooked for you in a basket, and all you got to do is eat it. So how is it that Publix or Kroger's can sell you a fully cooked chicken, a whole chicken cooked, minus the back sections, for $5, but to buy one uncooked, still whole, the numbers just don't add up here sometimes, kids. The numbers just don't up. And another example, I could go for, I don't remember what exactly the pound was, the ribs that I bought today. I could go from Kroger's Deli and buy already barbecued cooked ribs. They're cold, but they're already cooked, fully cooked ribs. I could buy those cheaper than I could buy the raw ribs. Doesn't make any sense. They're taking those ribs and they're cooking them and processing them and packaging them for resale. for less money than what the raw package is that I got to take it home and cook it myself. There's something's not adding up there. So I had asked above the diet is going, and then said I am on. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing a semi-keto. I'm just eating less and moving more, as it were. And although I had a big dinner tonight, all it was ribs, just ribs, barbecue sauce and ribs. So I find that works best for me. But and the diet's going. As I started out earlier in this video, I was hovering. I was 527. Excuse me. I was 527 at my peak. Then I got down and I started hovering right around the 505, 509, 505 area. Now I'm hovering at that 501, 502, 500, 501, 502. I'm hoping here in another week or so I'll finally break through that ceiling and get down into the 490s, and that'll help. That's motivating. That makes me feel better. So we'll see. Long way to go. Long way to go. You know what? It took me 20 years to get fat. It's going to take me 20 years to get healthy again. So I just wrap my little mind about that. Any walking, and I like walking at low impact. You manage the intensity. Yeah, Steve, I actually am starting to walk again. I had stopped there for a while, actually on doctor's orders, not to do anything too much too fast, because my body wasn't accustomed to it anymore, and I do have some knee issues and what have you. But my knee issues, as one troll was happy to point out to me, yeah, well, you have knee problems because you're fat. Duh. That was about the stupidest comment I've read in a long time. But yeah, so that's where it is. I have a stationary bike for the bad weather days. Yeah, I don't have a stationary bike. I've been looking for one. I haven't found one yet. I would like to get a stationary bike, but the pool here in town is going to be opening up pretty soon. I've been talking to them. It looks like they may do a senior swim in the mornings. So that is something that interests me quite a bit. The pool is not too far from me, actually. I wouldn't walk there, but it wouldn't take me but 5 minutes to get to the pool. And that might be, that's the best exercise as far as I'm concerned. So we'll see. So, rooting for you. Thank you, Frammy. I appreciate that. Okay, I think I caught up with everything there. So that was what I want to talk about today, guys. I just, I'm worried about the food industry and what's going on with that and where that's going to end up taking us to. I'm worried about some other issues going on in regards to land and property values and what's happening with that, because it's getting kind of crazy. Great place to meet the ladies, too. Yeah, as fat as I am, I'm not, eye candy. I don't think any ladies would be attracted to seeing me in my present condition, Steve. So, in fact, I still swim with a shirt on. No, I'm not that brave yet, but let me drop a couple 100 pounds, and then I might be a bit more inclined to do something. So we'll see. Anyhow, kids, I think that's about it for today. What videos did I post this week? I don't even remember what I posted this week. Should touch base on any of them. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. McDonald's. Man, I went to McDonald's this week, just a couple days ago, and I got a McDonald's cheeseburger. Just a plain, almost like the kids, just a plain cheeseburger. Not all the added stuff, just plain cheeseburger. And it was like $1.58, $1.60, something like that. Guys, it was so sad. I pulled it out of the package, and it was just a really sad-looking burger. I felt bad for it, actually. I also had the filet of fish. The filet of fish was very good. But boy, that McDonald's cheeseburger was just sad. I did go to Panda Express this past week. That was really good. That was the best meal I've had out in a long time. I got honey walnut shrimp and I got a spicy wok shrimp. The spicy wok shrimp was weird. There was only one in the serving, whereas the honey walnut, I got a crap load of those. Um, and I also had some of their orange chicken, which was very good. It was the orange chicken to me tasted just like General Chow's chicken. So, but it was very good. I really enjoyed the Panda Express meal. Unfortunately, it came out as two parts. I did the first part of the video, and then it got corrupted somehow, and we lost audio. So I had to start it over again. But yeah, so those are the only two videos I did this week with eating out. And I'm sorry there wasn't more, but that cheeseburger was very, very disappointing to see that as it was. So, it matters not what you look like. There you go. Thank you for that. Being overweight could be a changed bad character, can't. So don't say you're not attractive. Well, thank you, Granny Frammy. I appreciate that. Yes, I do tend to be a person of good character. Just a little too much of me, that's all. Do you think rising interest rates will cool the real estate market? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do think that it will have a negative impact in the real estate. I want to be careful. I really shouldn't say negative impact. We have a crazy real estate market here in Ohio right now. Our average days on the market is still at 9 days, which means anything that comes on the market is getting bought immediately. People are going so far as to offer, 10, 20, 30, 40% more than the asking price, just in order to get the property and to blow out anybody else that's in the thing. So I'm hoping interest rates will tend to calm things. I am seeing a lot of new inventory coming on the market right now. Here in Columbus, we've had a recent, and when I say Columbus, I'm a member of the Columbus, Ohio Realtors, so that's sort of like all of Central Ohio. So it covers a really big part of the state. I mean, I've seen listings on there from Cleveland to Cincinnati. So it's really the center of the state, and so it gets a lot of attention. But I'm looking at the hot sheet now. Last 48 hours, there's been 208 new properties come on the market, but only 82 of those have closed. 208 new listings, and 196 of them sold already. They haven't closed, but they're in contract. In that same 48 hours, 208 new listings came on the market, and 196 of them are contingent, which means they've accepted an offer and waiting for that to close. So how crazy is that, huh? How crazy is that? 196 out of 208. So what was there? 12 of the new properties that came on the market are not sold already. 12 out of 208. That's a crazy market, folks. Should not be like that. I hope they're not serving panda meat. If they did, it'd be awful damn expensive. Panda's pretty rare. Garden ain't it. Looks changed for everybody. Oh, okay. Looks changed for everybody. There you go. Well, that is a plus with the inventory, probably not surprising as listings increase in the spring. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of you're right. That's sort of a seasonal gain in listings. But what's sad is 196 out of 208 are in contract in the last 72 hours. So that tells me that it isn't starting to slow down yet. I'm actually waiting for the slowdown. Slowdown would be good for me. I tend to convert a lot of expired listings, and there's not a lot of expired listings. Let me see here. The last 72 hours, how many expired listings were there? 36. In the last 48 hours, there were 36 listings that expired. Now, I would go after those 36, but I usually have a turnover rate of about 1 to 2%. So, if that was 100 listings, I might get one what I call at bat. I might get an opportunity to talk to somebody about listing with me. So, pretty slow. Pretty darn slow. Hope I get my acre or two in South Carolina in the future, most likely through family connections. Yeah, well, that would be the way to do it. Would be through family. That would definitely be the way to do it. If you've got connections down there and somebody's got a big chunk of land, might sell you a couple acres, that's the smartest way of doing it. It really is. So, anyhow, kids, I'm going to get going here. I started late and we're already running over, so I'm going to call it a night. Somebody's getting my attention again. You going to say hello? You going to say hello? Huh? You going to say hello? You see the dog? You see the dog? What are you doing, huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, kids, I'm going to have to take her out, so we'll go ahead and end this here. Be good, be careful, take good care of one another, and I will have more for you this week. Bye, guys.